to beat a narcissistic individual, sometimes you need to act like a narcissistic person. When it comes to defending yourself from a narcissist, it can go against everything you stand for, everything you believe in, everything you are as a person. Narcissistic individuals find it far easier to act in narcissistic ways because they simply lack the empathy to care about you, and they have a great willingness to exploit you, and they feel entitled to have their needs met. Therefore, it can go against who you are, treating them how they treat you. Now, many a narcissist can push you to the point of no longer caring. However, when it comes to narcissistic behaviours, they are narcissistic behaviours. However, they're not always displayed by narcissistic people. Where you come from a world level of understanding different people's points of view and caring about people and wanting to understand where they're coming from, narcissistic individuals aren't coming from that mindset. They're coming from their own mindset of how to get everything their own way, envious of other people, seeking to destroy those who dare to stand up to them. And the way you beat a narcissistic person is on a level that they understand. So sometimes you do have to stoop down low in order to get them to understand that you are no longer interested in playing their games. Narcissistic individuals are unable to empathise, so trying to reason with them is futile, it's pointless, they're not interested. They mirror who you are as a person to exploit you. They use your empathy against you to guilt trip you. Therefore, you have to stop empathising with them. You have to speak the language that they understand. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they're not interested in your thoughts, feelings and opinions, and you have got to stop paying attention to theirs because they use them against you to get their needs met by you. Narcissistic individuals understand the concept of falling silent when they believe you've betrayed them in some way by simply going to speak to your friends and family or not giving them the praise and the recognition that they believe they're entitled to. Sometimes you need to just respect their silence and leave them to it. Understand that by leaving them to it, they're not getting that supply they desperately crave from you, and unfortunately they move on to somebody new. Narcissistic individuals flatter people to exploit people, to get their needs met by people. Therefore, when a narcissistic individual is treating you well, is doing right by you, is doing right by your children, as much as it can go against every grain in your body due to the fact that you now know who they are as a person, this is when you have to praise them, give them the attention, give them the recognition, because they are being kind, they're being nice. Yes, they're doing it to exploit, to get their needs met. However, if they get the attention from that, they learn that that behaviour works for them. Narcissistic individuals, when they believe they're not getting their own way, will withhold attention, will withhold that flattery, will withhold that support. Therefore, when a narcissistic individual is treating you badly or is treating your children badly, you have to withhold all attention that you give them. Stop feeding that attention to them. Stop going to them. Stop explaining to them. Ignore them. Leave them to it. Narcissistic individuals keep secrets from you. They lie through omission. They keep secrets that you actually need to know so that you can't make an informed choice. So they keep things from you that you should be aware of. However, we often over-explain ourselves to narcissistic individuals to try and get them to see. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's a need-to-know basis. If they do not need to know, don't tell them. It's not lying through omission if it doesn't negatively impact their life. Narcissistic individuals do not take responsibility for their own behaviour, for their own children. Narcissistic individuals just aren't interested in taking responsibility. They pass that responsibility over to you. Therefore, no longer take responsibility for things you're not responsible for. Narcissists rely on you taking responsibility for their behaviour so that they can get away with their behaviour. You are only ever responsible for your own actions, your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own motives, not anybody else's. Narcissistic individuals will put themselves first. They're very self-centered individuals, and yet they will try and stop you from doing the things that you enjoy. Therefore, don't stop doing what you enjoy. You're not being selfish by simply meeting up with your friends, by going to work, by doing that hobby. You're not being selfish. It's what makes you who you are as a person. And as just as you respect other people and their hobbies and their lives, narcissistic individuals should, but do not respect yours. Therefore, don't stop doing the things that you enjoy. Just like a narcissistic individual will not stop doing the things that they enjoy.